What is going on, guys? Local Liquid, we are back after the halving. So now we just sit and wait, right? So hopefully, we can, the Bitcoin dominance will kind of relax a little bit and we can have a meme season kind of kick in a little bit and really kind of run some of these tokens. Um, so, yeah. So I shuffled my board a little bit while, the markets are all kind of just kind of down. Like everything was down. It doesn't even matter what you were in, okay? So if somebody's like, oh, you sold it, everything is kind of down. Unless you were in some whiff or one of these crazy tokens that are just ripping, well then, but I think that if you have gains, there's no difference of just going into something with a lower market cap that has ripped. It's just the way you play your cards, just the way you play your chessboard, it's whatever it is. So I ended up exiting out of Baby Bonk and I went into Honk. I'm watching a couple other tokens, but I also got into Bird. Bird is at 350,000 market cap. It looked like it really had a major rip. Like it was up. It did a couple really good big rips. So it's down now, and now I'm like, all right, well, I'm just gonna load into here, and hopefully that's gonna be one of my plays. It's one of my lower plays that I'm in, and then I'm still in Honk. I exited out of Baby Bonk. There was a couple reasons why I kind of exited out, and that was just because of how I felt and how I felt like I could possibly be in position for better gains in the token. One reason why it kind of bothered me was that there were still a lot of pre-sale holders in Baby Bonk, and so I didn't really like that, and I didn't even like that when I was kind of in it. It's like you're always gonna have some pre-salers. Yeah, I get it, but I mean, the amount of pre-sale holders on there was a lot of wallets, like a lot. And so if it rips, these guys didn't put really much into it, a couple $100. And if it went to like, if your $100 went to like 20, $40,000, they'll just, keep attacking on the chart and just keep dropping it. It's not like it was like a lot of regular wholesome buyers going into it and wholesome wallets. You can look at, I haven't looked at the wallet. I have no reason to look at it anymore, who's holding what anymore, but I'm sure there's still a lot of pre-sale holders that got in early. And so that's why it's one of the things that kind of, and trust me, it may not make a difference in it at all. But when I started thinking about it and I'm repositioning my plan here, I'm like, I kind of want to get into something that doesn't have a lot of pre-sale wallets in it. And if you look on Baby Bonk, there's a lot, like in the first, you'll see like from like 30 to like from 20 to like 30 or 40. You'll see a lot of same number ones. Those are all the pre-sale holders. And there was a lot more before that too. And there's a guy in there that has like, he holds like 9 quadrillion. So he has 9 different wallets with Baby Bonk from the start. I'm like, all right, I already know what's going on here. Like, I don't want to be part of that. And that's why I exited out. I didn't want to be. I hope it runs. I like it. I like the dev. He's the developer guy. He really runs the show. He's cool shit. But I just really felt like I just didn't want to be involved in a token like that, and I should have got out a lot earlier, to tell you the truth. But I was in that stupid group, and that was the dumbest thing I've ever did. Just get into a group like that, and I never get into Telegram stuff like that. And if I wasn't in it, I would have bounced out a lot earlier. So back in the bottom, just kind of trying to scrounge my way back up. So yeah, I got into Honk. I really like that. Honk was one of the sponsors at that Dubai conference. I thought that that was interesting because they're only at 4 million market cap. You don't think that these guys are hanging around talking to some of these people? They're there. Like whoever made this token is there. And they probably have, influence and can, know around what's going on. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to get in with this token and hang out. It's bottomed out. It's down to 4 million market cap. And if you looked at the history, it has history of running and ripping pretty good. So I ended up going into that. Like I've said, this is only like short-term plays. Like, don't think that I'm going to be in these things forever. If I can make some gains, I'm probably going to bounce out and get into something else. So I just feel like a part of me feels that eventually there's going to be a new narrative, There's going to be a new narrative. And it's not always going to be cats and dogs. Eventually, like, that's just going to kind of tire itself out. You cannot just keep pumping out tokens that are just cats, dogs, frogs, and weird, I don't know. There's eventually it's going to have to make its way to something else, It's gotta. I guess it doesn't have to. I'm just feeling like I think that, like, that's why I was thinking. I was like, okay, well, why wouldn't they branch off to birds? Honk is already established as a pretty good runner, right? Well, if it runs again, another couple birds, or I'm sure there's other bird tokens out there. I need to do my research and look for more bird tokens. Because I have this odd feeling that maybe bird tokens will be a narrative that is going to just have its time of running around, Roadrunner, you know what I mean? Roadrunner, he was a cool bird. I think there's probably some other ones. I don't know about Tweety, or wasn't Tweet one? I don't know. But you got to be careful with some of those because you don't want to get into something that is copywritten, okay? I saw one, I forgot who it was this morning. I was kind of wanted to get into it, but I just knew that it's not a good idea. It's a copywritten character and you don't want to use the name. It will get taken down if it goes to a main exchange. They will get in there and they'll take it down. So if you ever see any of those tokens with real character and the real face, I'd probably stay far away from it because they need to change that, or the exchange needs to take it down, or they'll get a really massive lawsuit. So just keep an eye out for some of those kind of characters. But you do what you want to do. If you want to go into it temporarily and just make some gains, I think that's a pretty cool idea. I don't want to mess around with that stuff. But yeah, I was looking at Ponk, and that ripped. I was looking at it when it was at 40 million market cap. Obviously I don't like that. It's just a little high. That's high. And then it went up to like, what is it, at 90 million market cap? I was like, oh, geez, maybe I should have got into that a little bit. But I just think that it's all, like I've said before, it's all just orchestrated by the big dogs in the background. You may not think that, but I think that a lot of these tokens why are these just the certain ones that are just ones that are ripping out? Well, everyone's else in the bear markets, like, or just down. These other ones are still just massively pumping. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't buy it. I think that it's all manipulated marketing, and they probably know people in with exchanges as well, and they're just, they all work together and, can do stuff with market makers and pump things, and it's all just, you got to know who's behind the scenes. And sure, there's people that get lucky on certain tokens. And yeah, you can make money, obviously. I'm not saying you can't. But I'm saying with some of these massive ones, those are all manipulated and they're all behind the scenes. These YouTubers and all these people, they kind of band together and they just kind of shill things to you and then, left you holding the bag. That's why I'm trying to find things that have ripped, came back down, and now is the time where they've all ripped, and now they've depleted down. Now we can jump into these because we know that they've already had their narrative of ripping, right? They already ripped, and there was such hype into it. Came back down because all the big dogs or whoever just sold off. Now you reset the board, right? Now you get in, all the big dogs have probably bounced off. Now you're in it. That's what I say. That's what I think. Don't take this as financial advice. I don't know. I definitely don't know. So I'm just, like I always like to say, I'm just local neighbor guy talking. I don't know. So, but yeah, I want to find a couple more bird tokens. Tell you the truth, I don't know. I'm about the birds. Honk has got me kind of on that sort of look, because if Honk can make itself actually be a contender, like a big contender, I think that other bird tokens will be put in play, and that's why I went into bird. I think it's BURRRD, something like that, for a temporary play. I'm not telling you, like I said, I'm not gonna. These meme tokens, I don't think are meant to be sat in forever. Like, you got to get in and out on some of these, or just hold for a little while and get the heck out of there. So, and sometimes you might have to make a game change, a play change. I exited out of Baby Bonk. I really, really liked it. And another thing that I didn't like about it, I don't know. I just thinking. Sometimes you think, I just was like wanting to get into a token, if I'm going to go heavy, that is its own character and it's not like branched off of another one to try to ride it up. And I was thinking about, I was like, a lot of tokens right now, the ones that are ripping are like unique characters, or just single character people or cartoons or whatever. It's not like baby tokens. Like, baby tokens are not in right now. They I'm sure they are. I'm just not saying they're not in. I'm just saying that the narrative is not really gripping hard, and people are just running to buy into baby tokens. I think that narrative is kind of out a little bit right now at the moment. It probably will come back. So I'm more than positive it will come back, where a lot of baby tokens will start ripping again. But and that's why I changed my mind at it. I was like, you know what? I haven't lost any money. I'm in profit. I decided, I was like, I'm going to get out of it. I'm going to make a really big change in my plan right here. And it wasn't a drastic change. I just kind of bounced over to the Solana, some Solana tokens, and exited out of BNB tokens. And I feel, actually, in the long run, I think that Solana tokens, while I was in the BNB tokens, I was just thinking, it's like, I really wish this Baby Bonk was in Solana. And I was just thinking, I wish I was in the Solana network. There was a lot of stuff going on there, and I felt like I was missing out. And BNB could absolutely take charge and go parabolic, and a lot of stuff might go out on it. One thing I did not like about BNB is that their marketing was just very bad. Whoever's over there marketing for Binance and what's going on is just, with the meme tokens. And I feel like you want to really get a foot in this, like, in this meme token mania. And I don't really see Binance really kind of being bullish about it at all. And so that kind of bothered me, like, and especially when I saw like some tweets that they would reply, like they were talking about like, what's the top meme coins that you're investing. They were just talking about like the old ones from last bull run. It's like, there are plenty of tokens on your platform that you could be like pushing out, and this is what you want to do, talk about like Floki or I don't remember. It was just a dumb. I'm like, why? There's other good tokens out there that are on your platform. Maybe start really marketing meme tokens on your platform. I feel like they're just kind of like the upscale end of things, and they don't want to be part of it, a part of it. Like, they don't want to be known of doing that and just kind of just shilling out stuff. I understand. But I feel like you kind of have to adapt, right? You got to adapt. You can't just like not adapt. So anyways, I bounced out of BNB. I don't think I really want to go back. I definitely don't want to be in Ethereum. I bought some Skid token. It was so funny. Like, I bought Skid like a long time, like not a long time ago, but like probably like a month and a half, 2 months ago. I didn't even know I had tokens left. I think I bought $500 worth when it was at like when it was barely just listed. And I just didn't think it was going to do anything. I ended up selling it. I think I had some scraps left. And then I looked and I'm like, what's going on here? And I see under my Ethereum, I had like almost $400 of skid. I'm like, what the heck? I cashed out everything. I must have had like just some scraps of change in there. And I was just thinking, wow, if I would have just left that in there, the amount I would have got back would have been sweet. So I got out of it. I didn't really want anything to do with it anyways. So I got out of it, cashed out the 400 with Ethereum. I just hate dealing with Ethereum. I absolutely hate messing with Ethereum tokens. I don't like it. I don't want anything to do with it. And BNB is almost kind of makes me feel like sort of the same way. I just don't like messing with BNB. So I'm in the Solana boat and I'm kind of excited about it. I think we're just getting started. I think the meme tokens are going to rip again. And now we're getting back at the bottom and we're going to ride it back up again. All of them on all different networks too. So let's see what happens, guys. I'm with you. You guys are with me. We're just kind of hanging out. All right, guys, I got to get going. But, if I find any other no, I shouldn't say that. If you find any other cool tokens, just let me know. Just plop them down there. I like the ones that have history that have ran to like 40 million, 50, 60, 70 million and drop back down and is at like 3, 4, 5, 6 million. Those are the ones that I think that you need to find and that have history of really running and just have kind of pooped out and just kind of bottoming out now. And I think those are the ones you got to look into. And if you got to change your plan, change your plan. Remember, nobody's friends with anybody here. We're not like best friends and neighbors and stuff like that. You'll never meet half of these people. So don't get upset if they get upset at you. Just don't think like that. You're just here to make money. You're here to get in and get out. It doesn't care what anybody else says. So don't feel like you have to, I don't know. I feel like some people are like that, where they kind of degrade people down and stuff like that. And there's no reason to be like that. If people want to bounce out, they're going to bounce out. We're not buddies here. You're not buddies in the system. You're here to get money and get the heck out of here and never have to deal with that token again. It's kind of how it is. Anyways, all right, guys. I took a little bit long here. Anyways, I got to go. Peace.